Hello again. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Technology Innovation Hub and welcome to the Oracle portal. So we have been doing an installation technical session, right? So, today let's complete that one by installing 19C. So our goal was to coexist both 12C and 19C together in the same guest OS, that is the Oracle Enterprise Linux 7.7 OS, right? So we installed 12.2.01, right? And we're going to install 19.8 today, right? So that those will coexist. So let me share my screen. Right. So yeah, so this has been the document that we were following. Right. So anyway, this is for learning purpose we are doing, right? So in production environment, is not recommended. We never coexist multiple versions in the same server. Right? Those are not recommended because that triggers multiple instances in the same server, which is in a way it's kind of a clustering environment, right? So in clusters, we go with multiple nodes, right? So we don't do this, but for learning purpose, we can coexist multiple versions in the same OS, right? And as I mentioned earlier, we are installing from the lower version to higher grade, right? So we put 12C. We are going for 19C. Later we can go for 21C if required, right? Yeah. So yes, I mean we have different type of installation. We will talk later. We have Vegan Packer installation, which is scripting for dev environments. I mean you can start up Oracle databases with Vegan Packer, right? So, and we have Docker as well, right? So let's keep them for a while. This is normal standalone installation that we are doing, but we are doing the only change we are doing is in the same machine we are coexisting two versions together, right? Okay. So today we start with 19C because we have our environment ready, right? I think we had last day, I just explained things, right? And I think we logged into our 12C database as well, right? So yeah, we can further check, let this Windows to be there. We can just check it, our 12C environment. So should be working fine at the moment because we did that installation. Except login as root. So let me switch to Oracle. Into Oracle, and right away I can just go SQL classes as SQLDA. That's fine. So we have the database select status from the dollar instance. So it's up and running, right? So yes, show. Yes, so we have RCL database. That is a 12C one is up and running. That's fine. So let's install 19C and our 12C. So further to clarify this, if we check the home of 12C, you can just say echo dollar Oracle. Let's go home. So this is our 12C home. So 19C, we are going to keep it in a different home. So that's the way we coexist multiple installation in Oracle. Per installation, different home has to be there as per the Oracle flexible architecture, right? So the base can be the same, but the home we are doing into different home, right? So let's learn those things later. The moment for this video, we are just planning to complete the installation, right? So let me open the guide again. All right. So the new concept. There is a new concept called gold images. So things have been changing, right? So that's why we need to learn. I mean, now it is no longer we are doing a traditional installation with 19C because I think up to 12.1 or 11G we have been downloading the software, copying it and running the run installer. So everything copy obtain and installation, integration, everything happens to the run install, right? So it takes some time. But starting from 12.2 and 19C, the concept of gold images emerged, right? There's a new concept called gold images, GI. So what gold images, it is no longer required to copy and install from the beginning, right? So what you have to do, I mean, it doesn't take so long time to do complete installation. What you have to do, just download the zip file from web, right? And Oracle, you can download 19C zip file and from e-delivery, right? Oh yeah, even 19 is available in the normal cloud delivery. Not if it is a valid version, not like 12.2. So you can just download it. So what we can do, we can just copy the zip file and just unzip it. Let's do it. We'll see how it can be done. So unzip it, then run the run installer. So what it does is just doing the integration and web setup. So it's not going to copy while the installation, and like the long installation won't happen with graphical with the gold. So this is what I have explained. But a zip file that should be extracted into the Oracle home. That's what in 18C DB installation got same behavior. Yeah. This called a gold image. So you can read it and see I have given the notes. So we have benefits. The setup process is much faster. Instead of copying files from one place to another, the setup does that and installation. Yeah, the setup does that in installation. Grid setup for GI or installer for Oracle database. Configure the existing files. Yeah. So here, since the things are copies, there are no need to copy again because we unzip the file into the folder. So just do a configuration and integration one, right? That's it. Just to configure, right? Unzip that and installation just configures the system. That's why we just have to unzip it. Then installer just configure the existing file because things have been already unzipped, right? Because of self-contained, as it is came as a zip file, we can patch it. So these are additional benefits, right? Copy the configuration files and repack and zip it. So those are, I mean, rollover patches and those benefits are there, right? So these are two pages. So just go through it and see, right? What is gold image? So we are going to utilize the concept of gold image to install 19C, right? So again, I have given the documentation reference, so you can go here, right? I think I have the link code here, right? This is Oracle documentation, right? So database installation for 19C. From the beginning, it is there, right? From the checklist, so it goes on. This is for your reference. Just read it and see the document that I have created, and it's a summarized thing. So, but it is going to the best practice while following the documentation content as well. So that's okay to follow that. But any questions if you have, you can put it in the comment section and ask me via the email. Also, you can contact, or else you can before that you can cross check with the documentation content, right? So checklist, and there are a lot of details. Okay, prerequisite, the amount of resource requirements, right? Pre-configurations, so likewise. All right, right. So let's go to the installation for reference, right? And the very first thing is, again, we have the prerequisites, right? Pre-installer. Now, you may remember we done the pre-installer for 12C. At this time, pre-installer for 19. No issues at all, run it in the same place. You can go to, I did this one, right? So pre-installer as root, we have, and just run it like this as root, just yum install 19C. So it will do it, right? Oracle database pre-install 19C. So it will do the prerequisite installation, the packages, and the correct and the requirement with 19C, because we have the 12C one already, but for 19C there are some additional packages it requires. So it does that, right? It's just installation and finally says complete. It doesn't take 2 to 3 minutes, right? Maximum 2 to 3 minutes. All right, right. So that is the prerequisite. I have given that an output here as well in the document. Right? Okay. Then the next thing is we need to create the directories within our home. As I mentioned, for 19C, we are going to maintain a separate home. Actually, separate home is the base will be the same, right? So within product directory, we are going to create a directory called 19.3, and that's what we have 19.3. And again, in that, we are going to create a separate home, DB home1, right? And we have to change the permission as well because I'm doing it under root, right? So, and we need to change the permission like this, and after that, again for yeah, execution privilege resources to be given, right? Change mode. So likewise, so then everything is ready. So we have the folder and directory, everything is ready, right? So if we take a look at it, so we can see this is the 12th one, right? And if we take a look at here, so I have the 19C1 already here. You can see already copied here, right? You can see not copied, the directories have been created. 19.3 DB home1 already created. Do not one app oracle. It is the same base, right? Same base, and but after product, I have created the new folder for 19, right? So that's fine. That's okay. So we have the 12 1, 12 in 12 to home, 12 to home, and 19 in 19 home. So two softwares can coexist together like that. Okay. Right. So that is that. Then the next thing is we need to copy the software, and you can of course download. Now you know to download it, right? So that's no big deal. I mean, I haven't given the link, but so if anyone doesn't know anything about download, you can just go to Google, right? So just Google and type Oracle 19C download, it will come, right? 19C download. So this is more than enough, right? It takes you to the download page, right? 19C download. Of course, the next one was there at the bottom, right? This is for Windows, right? Oh, Linux one was there. So, yeah, it took me to the, because I clicked the wrong one. Yeah, this you can select it. It's easy. Go from here. Right? It will take you to right away to the Linux download. So likewise, so we need to have the free login, right? So it's available in eDelivery Cloud, and yeah, so no need to go for e-delivery. I mean, the place that we went to download 12C. So from here you can download. This is software delivery cloud, not e-delivery. So we no need to e-delivery for this one because it exists in the Oracle software delivery cloud. So you can download it from there, right? And there are different installations, RPM based installations are there, but we are going to go with the zip installation. So this is the zip file. Right? This is the zip file you need to download. So download the zip file, right? I can show you once it downloaded. It will be like this, right? We are going to have this one. Linux 64, likewise, it comes to 3.1 GB. This is the zip file, right? So I have copied it to here. So very simple. What you can do, just copy this one to which folder? Now I am in 19C DB home1 folder, right? The folder that I just showed you earlier. Then just right click this one and unzip it. Pretty simple. Yesterday I did the same thing for 12.2, right? Unzip it, or you can do this from the command prompt. Let the things to get unzipped. So once unzipped, all of these folders will automatically get created. Very easy to do this kind of installation. I mean, with we have the gold image GI type. Gold image installations are very easy and fast. All right, so that's the thing. Just have to unzip. I have given it in the document, I think, right? Yeah, copy the zip file to this folder I have given exactly and unzip it. That's it, right? Then again, if you unzip it as root, change the permission, right? Change owner. So likewise, use and the group, right? So it's very simple. Then it's just a matter of running the run installer, right? So run installer. But make sure exhaust like we did last day, right? For the last session, exhaust display and to get pop up the X window, right? To get the GUI, right? And I think we are all good here. So we can just run installer dot slash run installer. Let me run it. I have done Lexos and export display. So therefore it will pop up like this. You can see it will go faster than the 12C because we are based on gold images. It's just to do the setup, nothing to copy, already things sounds it. So this is what create and configure single instance database. So I'm going to not only software installation, I want the database also up. So let's go next, right? And server type. And again, enterprise EE, right? So this is the base, that's okay. The home is going to be software location, right? Is this. So I'll click next. That is general purpose, general purpose. And the database name, I have ORCL already for 12C. So this time I'm going to create ORCL CDB because I'm going to create a multi-tenant database for this, right? So for the purpose of future practicals, I'm going to set it up as multi-tenancy CDB. We are going to do a lot of practicals in multi-tenant. So therefore, I'm going to give a name as ORCL CDB. For you also, to follow the future videos, just create a database with multi-tenant enabled. 12C, we create non-multi-tenant, right? So there's a flow the practicals are flowing. That's why I'm just setting it up. So you can follow the same procedure, right? And just default one pluggable database PDB or CDB. Let it create created. That's fine, right? So let's continue. Sample schema, no need for this one, right? And you can run the script later if required. Leave a depot, right? Yes, it's fine. Aura data, it will create the folder, the data file folder. Then I'm going to integrate with EM cloud control. Yeah, you can enable backup and recovery. Enable recovery, fast recovery for archives and backups, right? And give the command password, right? Same thing as was in 12C, the groups. This is it, Satyan. A new feature came with 12.202, 19C also there. You may remember the scripts, the root sh and the install sh. So we can automate that with 19C. So no need to manually run the script. So we can automate it. Just give the password of root, right? Automatically run this case. That's what it does. So we go next. So now it will do the prerequisite check, and once everything is okay, it will allow to run the setup installation. So it is the same thing. So stop space, you may remember in 12.2 also we got the same warning. So again, the same size 10 and 5. So we can ignore that, right click ignore, and you can say next, say yes for that, right? And I can verify everything here. The response file, we no need the parameters and all the things will be here. And you can simply click install, right? Remember, like in 12.2, it's not going to do a complete installation. It just only do the setup because the files are copied. So it will do some integration and verification and basic setup only. So it will go quickly because of that. So after that, it will start database creation as well because I have requested him to create a database also after the software configuration. Right? So let's wait for a while, and it will, while it's doing the setup. And if you want, you can get the details here, like yesterday edit, right? So let it continue. Right? Okay, so should go fast. Should not take more than 5 minutes here. Let's see. So you can see prepare. Now it's almost linked in the binaries, right? So there is no copy option here, right? So this is already unzipped. The file is unzipped here. Check the details again. So now it's just the linking RDBMS executions. Right. So it will do a rapid growth after 2 seconds. So that's why I'm just waiting. Right? Jump this setup very quickly to here as soon as it's finished the link like this. All right, so let it complete the setup. It may take another 2 to 3 minutes, right? So let's wait for a while. Yeah, so let me share the screen again so you can see it prompts here whether to run the script as a privileged user. Configuring script generated by the installer need to be run as a privileged user. Installer will run this script using the privileged user. It is asking me confirmation because I have already given my password, the root password. So permission is given, so I say yes. So now it will run. So this is why I just mentioned it will do a rapid growth, right? It will go very quickly after the link binaries and the setup is done. You can see the rapid growth right, at once, right? So, and now it's just a matter of configuring the database. So it will do it maximum another 4 minutes, right? So the entire setup, depending on the hardware configuration, cannot take more than 7 minutes. So because this is image installation, right? So gold image installation is very fast, right? So if you have at least the 8 GB of memory for your VM, so it will go within 7 minutes, 8 minutes, max, less than 10 minutes in, right? Right. So let it complete again. So now just doing the database configuration, right? So now we can go and check our folders, right? So we can, let's go to our 19C folder, right? Yeah, so now we are here. So no change there because so it is the binaries, right? So yeah, here let's go back further. And not there as well. So if I just go back one more, right? And now if I go to ORA data, cd ORA data, I say ls here, you can see ORCL, this is the 12C1, this is 790C1, right? cd ORCL, we give the multi-name database. You can see the multi-name, still the files are getting copied to system DBS. And this is the pluggable architecture. I asked him to create a one pluggable database, so that is there. So automatically the seed also get created, right? So read-only seed database. So that is how the pluggable container architecture is done. CDPDB architecture, right? So let the installation to complete, and I mean the database now can see almost 6 of file being copied. So 6 of copied means the size doing very quickly. These are the two largest files. So others would come very fast. Let's check the progress here. Yeah, it's 63%. Okay, let it complete, right? So let's if you check copying database files. Yeah, still is copying database files. Now it's going to 70%. Creating starting Oracle instance. Yeah, I think this copying is finished now, right? So all the files should be available in the folder. Yeah, so ls, right? Yes, basic files because it's just creating a sample database. Undo also there are users, systems, resource, and control files also get created. If you want, you can go for the CDB also and see it would have the files. Still not right. It will do at the end actually. CDB creation is doing after creating the container database, right? So it still has not started, right? Even in seed, if you go and check the seed, right? You don't have it because it will start after CDB creation, right? So it might take a while because I have asked him to create a pluggable database as well. So let it complete, right? So it's creating and starting instance, right? So it might take a few minutes, right? All right, right. Let's wait for a while. Let me stop sharing for a while. Right, it completed database creation, right? So let me share the screen again, right? Yeah, so now it has completed the creation. And so this is again the console. We can access the console, but we'll do it later because this 90C console is not based on Flash, right? So that we will do. Let me close this, right? This is the RAR file. So that is has done the installation. Right, so let's check the board database now.